Hello friends, and welcome to another Plan With Me video. In case you're new to the channel, my name is Dano and I'd appreciate if you could press that like button and subscribe to my channel. I can't believe it's October already, but yay for weather and hot cocoa and coffee season. For this month, I decided to go for a minimal and easy theme. The color palette I picked was these mild tones you see, light brown, mild blue and a grayish blue as well. I wanted to make sleeves with geometric decorations, and in this case were outlines in different colors of random squares and rectangles. I overlaid them to make it more interesting and aesthetic. You know I like it aesthetic even if it's minimal. Not a requirement for bullet journaling, but makes this little kiddo happy. I started using this Muji gel pen instead of a Tombow Futonosuke heart tip pen that I am using now, because I sketched the sketch of this theme and I was going to erase the sketch and I was afraid that it might smudge the gel pen, so I know that it doesn't happen when I use the Tombow Futonosuke, and I like how the lines turn out, how it's flexible and hard. And yet I also used a lot of calligraphy in this theme, and I thought about doing like a fun font. This was like completely unplanned. I just didn't improvise. I improvised the calligraphy, and I liked how it turned out, and I outlined these titles with the Crayola super tip and the string and space highlighters. And I saw that it was a little blank the page, so I added more squares and rectangles and a few flowers, and I also added a little of washi tape that I had the color palette that wasn't planned, but it just went so well with the theme. And this is the cover page overall. It's minimal, it's simple, it's clean, organized. I also did the outlines of the page in this grayish blue that I mentioned that I used, and that was the cover page. For the highlights that you are watching right now, I did the same thing I've been doing. I just wrote highlights and the numbers, and I painted the weekends in different colors just to separate every week, and it's so easier this way. And in the bottom I also added a square to just track how my month started in terms of followers and subscribers and how it ended. I just like to add these pages, it looks pretty cool and it's useful. I think that I gave up on tracking my followers every day, so this is like a easy way to track it, and so more easier and not so nerve-wracking because I forget to fill each day, so this way I know that I won't miss it. But overall, this is how my first two spreads turned out, and I'm really happy with the outcoming. Let me know in the comments if you like these minimal themes and if you are also a minimal vibe type of person, so let me know everything down below. Following up is my tracker spreads. In the past 2 months I did this layout a few times and I really love how it came out and how practical and useful it is. I just separate habits, moods, sleep and work, and videos trackers in these 2 pages. On the habit trackers I like to stamp like 8 calendar stamps, and I just do circles when I do the habits. For the moods, this time I switched a few things. I decided to do like a table and a graphic table mixed together just to track like my stress and my mood. This time I just did mood as the header of this tracker, but it's also for my stress tracker as well. For the mood I like to color like from 1 to 10 how was my mood, and for my stress I like to do like the graph style when you do dots and you just connect the dots. and also from 1 to 10 how stressful that day was for me. For the sleep and work, I did the layout that I love using, that is adding the days of the month on the top of the table and the hours of the day on the side. This way I can track how many hours of sleep I had and how productive was my day. It's really fun, it's useful, and it works perfectly for me. I don't know, there is some magic that happens in there that makes me feel like really well. And for the videos, I just do the things that I do on my video tracking. I actually did a video, like social media page type of video where I talk a little bit more about this tracker, and I will leave the link for that video in the description in case you want to see it. I just mix the colors together and play with them. Like for the habits I switched the colors one by one. For the modes I did like the grayish blue and the blue mixed with the brown of the title. For the sleep and work I painted some browns with making a contrast with the blue underline on the sleep and work title. And for the videos I did the same thing basically. I don't know, I just really liked how this turned out. I loved painting these leaves and just doing squares. It was so therapeutic. If in case you don't want to make it like a theme, just doodle in a page, do some squares. When you don't have nothing to do or you're feeling stressed, overwhelmed, just do these things. It works perfectly to get your mind out of the things that you are worrying. It just does some really cool magic. And yeah, this is the first spread of my tracking spreads. Next tracker spreads are basically my expense tracker and my tasks. Yes, I did a task list. I tried to use it in September backstage, behind the scenes. I don't know the name, but I tried to make a task list and it works. Weirdly, because I never use the task list and I like this style. I don't know the name, but I think you understand if you see it. But for the expenses I just did these 2 columns. They are bigger, wider, and that way I can write everything that I will purchase or get or earn during the month and mix it all in this tracker. And for the task list I just separated like 4 weeks and the task that I want to do and in which week I did it. I don't know how to explain it. I'm trying my best and I hope you got like 50% of everything that you could understand. But basically it's just an expense tracker and a task list. They are really basic spreads, but they work perfectly for my needs. I don't know if you are a fan of expense trackers or task lists, but if you are a fan of those, let me know what's your favorite like layout. What would you recommend? And if you like this layout, if you think that this is practical for you, let the Bujo community work in this together and share their opinions. It's completely fine. I love knowing things that you do on your bullet journals, and feel free to talk whatever you want to talk and express yourself about my spreads. And these were my last 2 tracking spreads that I could remember using on October. Let me know what you think about them. Last but not least, I'm doing my lately weekly spread, but this time I decided to do a calendar for the weekly spread again, and to do like separate weekly spreads as well. Like I'm going to just make for this page, and I'll do the weekly spreads in another video. But talking about this page, I just did like a huge calendar to mark every event or task, like quick things, and it has been working for me. But I think that I need a little bit more of space and I want to like journal a little bit more, so this is the reason why I'm doing weekly spreads. I could just use this table and it was perfectly for my needs, but I don't know, I feel like I need to expand my creativity and to do more things. And also more content, let's be honest, it's always nice, why not? But I think that I did like 6 squares by 6 squares in each square of the days, and overall the decoration is the same. I loved doing this calligraphy for October. I don't know, I think that my calligraphy improved a little bit by the years, so if you think that you're not that good in calligraphy, hear me out. Your calligraphy will get better, you just need to try and practice, and you'll be proud of it. I hated my calligraphy when I started, I love it how it's going. But I also did these, I forgot the name of those, but are like Dutch doors. I think that's, I did tabs. I forgot the name, but I remembered it. But I did tabs for these weekly spreads. I think it's useful when you like switch the pages or flip the pages to see when it, I don't know, watching the calendar and the weekly spreads, sometimes it works out and it's this way is perfectly perfect. I also added a to-do list and a playlist for this spread. I decorated in the both corners, the squares and the leaves, and you can see that I left a little of space, like a blank space in the left side, but I left it on purpose because when you flip the tabs, there's always, I don't know, that space that doesn't really show up like pretty, but I don't know, I just added this washi tape, and this way it's more interesting and beautiful and matches the theme. It's, I don't know, for my needs, perfect. I'm talking a little bit fast, but I don't know, there's something about these spreads that makes me really excited. But yeah, this is my first page for the weekly spreads. I'll leave the link of the weekly spread video once it's out, so don't worry, just check it out, turn on the notification bell and you'll know when it's out. And here's the final flip through of this theme. If you like this theme, please like and subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell so you know when a new video pops up, and if you made it here, leave a brown leaf emoji so I know that you are a real one and you watched this video until here. And that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, have a lovely day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye friends.